Good morning, autism parents. It's Dr. Payne and Mr. Justin. We are here, and I just want to talk to you guys about meltdowns and sleepless nights. So I hope everyone is still asleep. It's about 5 a.m. Eastern time here in Miami, Florida. I hope you guys are resting. I hope you guys are getting that 1 extra hour for daylight savings time, which was last night. Not me. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning because Justin has been having these bouts of just sleepless nights. So he'll go to bed for just a few hours and get back up. So I know it is a very common thing in our community with our children. In particular, I got this one good friend. Hi, Rosalind. And her child keeps her up too. So she might be up, so hi in advance, but I hope she's sleeping. I want to also talk about meltdowns. Epic day yesterday. My kids actually went to respite care, the program that is part of my son's school. Actually, they're separate technically, but it's through the school is how I found them. They will have a day for your children, fun day, and they're trained in ABA, and these are professionals, and they will take your kids to like fun parks and things like that for a few hours, and for the parents who need a break, it is a godsend. So this is what we use. And we were so happy, my husband and I, we were free for a few hours. But when it was time to pick my kids up, uncharacteristically, and that's for now, because I'm starting to see my son Justin is 6 years old, and he's really starting to develop behaviors. And literally, you guys, he had a meltdown coming off the bus, throw himself on the ground, thriving back and forth, really, rough with the teachers or with the assistants. And he wouldn't even be calmed by me. I get him and I'm like, what happened? Are you okay? I knew he was tired because, again, it was another sleepless night that morning before. But he was just giving it to me, everybody on the floor, wanting to run, even into danger, because he didn't know where he was going. It was a park full of people. And I asked his brothers, because all the kids went, and I'm like, what happened? Is he okay? He goes, he just threw at mommy. He just got on the floor and started crying, and he was just upset. And it was because he was so tired, but because he can't communicate, which I believe is a lot of reasons why our kids have meltdowns, he just gets so frustrated and upset. You name it. And you guys, it's heartbreaking because, hi, Glendale, because you don't know why your kid is having this problem. You don't know, especially for me, because he's nonverbal, or even for you guys, if you have a kid, but he's limited in his communication, can't even tell you why he's upset or why he's having this problem. And just you're in public and they're on the floor and you name it. Even for me, he scratched, he kicked, he pushed away, tried to pull my hair off, but he did all those things. My husband was just standing by with the other children. He seems to conveniently pace away when there's these situations, and us moms, right? And not to pick on you guys, I'm sure some of you are in the thicks too, but and even these teachers at this point, they're so glad, these assistants, that now the parent has collected the child, and they stood by. And literally, so what I did, I kneeled on the ground with him. He wanted to be on the ground. I couldn't try to pick him up. I couldn't try to walk him to the car. He just refused. And so I just got down or knelt next to him. And I said the same thing I was saying to him when I was holding him. It's okay, Justin, what's wrong? We're going to go. Mommy's here. What do you need? And when I saw he wasn't listening, I just stood there and I held him. I just held his hand and waited for him to tire himself out, for he could finish, at least be reasoned with. I understand he was upset, but that's how I handle it. And soon he was able to compose himself and at least get into the car. But even in the car, he was a little still upset. And sure, now he wants me to get him. And he was still upset, but I put him in the car, gave him something to drink, and literally he passed out, fell asleep. Just when our kids are overtired and they have a hard time communicating, And those meltdowns can occur, or if they had too much stimulation. Going to that amusement park that they went to, really fun, the kids love it, but maybe that was just too much input for our children. As you guys know, they're sensitive to lights and sounds, and maybe too much movement, or a transitioning from getting off of the bus. He just wants to jump. No, Justin. Getting off the bus to going into the car. So those things can be difficult. So my advice to you parents is that when you're in the middle of it, and yes, I know how it is. I do. Thank you so much. You're awesome too. I do get embarrassed just like you guys. And I know there were other parents at the park where we were collecting him who were looking on. They just figured my kid is tantrumy. They have no idea, and nor should they. I don't feel like we need to explain to everyone, not that I'm ashamed, but it's none of anyone's business that you want to wear a sign. No, he has autism. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you're a parent and they're the child at that moment, and whatever it is, whether it was a cough, whether it was vomiting, whether it was tantrums, you're going through it. Not every moment is picture perfect, but it's a moment you deal with. And I have to say to you parents, instead of me just like gut wrenching my heart, because that's what I used to do. I used to beat myself up, be depressed, just feel like maybe I shouldn't have took that time off. Maybe he wasn't ready to go on the trip. All these things I would use to be mad at myself or hurt my parenting or judge myself. You guys, it's not what those people who stare at you at the park say. It's that voice in your head. That voice that tells you you're not right, you're not a good mom, you did it wrong, look what you're doing, you're a poor kid. That voice needs to shut the word up. Okay? That voice needs to be quiet, because that's what hurts. It's not what you think that strangers say. Or what usually happens is then I get in the car and I'm mad, and I can't be mad at Justin, and I give it to my husband because you didn't help me. That voice, that second reaction needs to just let the moment go. And soon he was sleeping. The other kids had fun. Greg went, of course, you guys know he was clapping in a great mood. Our autism for our children is different. And both of my boys are very different. And if you guys feel like the neighbor has it better, or no one understands because your child is either severe or mild, they're different, but it's still a job that we will do our very best with, and no one has, I think, an easier job than someone else. We may want to tell ourselves that, like, I'm a boy mom. I keep thinking that girl moms got it easy, and then girl moms are like, no. So I just say those meltdowns, don't let the meltdowns melt you. And also for those sleepless nights like we're having now, literally I have become a coffee addict. I'm not kidding. I treat myself. I have really good coffees that I get from like Marshall's, and like really good quality coffees. And I treat myself with the foam and all that good stuff. And I look forward to it. Thank you, Ona. You're an inspiration. I appreciate just getting to know you through the page. That's another thing that helps me, because by the time I get coffee and my hairbrush and I'm about to work out, I think about you moms, and I think about how you guys are going to help me. And I know one of you guys are up because I hear your stories. So that's why I'm always reaching out, trying to get to know you guys. And feel free to reach out to me and get to know me. And hopefully one day, something that I say or something that I heard from another mom, we can use to help each other. So to make the best of those sleepless nights, you can consult your doctor, of course. They try melatonin and different little things like that. But for me, I do laundry. I try not to be resentful. And I listen to such good things, you guys. I listen to inspirational things all the time. I do work. I also work with Team Beachbody. So I do work. I check my messages, and I make the best of it. And while we're struggling or going through these things with the kids, you can also be building yourself. I say build your empire, build that second source of income, build you. feed your brain with the best things that you can hear to make you to be a better mom. And I hope you guys found this helpful in dealing with those sleepless nights and those meltdowns, and have a good Sunday. Thank you for watching. You must be up too, and I feel really bad, even though I love that you are listening to me. I bless you for that, but hopefully we'll have a super good day and get some rest. I'm going to do a workout, and thank you guys.